Hello and welcome. It is game day 11 in the Basketball Champions League, and we are coming to you from Capo d'Orlando as Group B. We'll have action tonight between the hosts, Capo d'Orlando, and Iberostar Tenerife, a team which is currently at the top of the standings, albeit tied with MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. And for Group B, we're now getting to the business end of the season then. We are now playing our 11th of the 14 game days in the regular season. Top 4 teams will qualify, and currently Iberostar Tenerife looking good for qualification into the playoffs. Capo d'Orlando need to start making a push here, as we see the games in Group D already. PAOK, which are team just one position above Capo d'Orlando, have taken victory, and then 2 teams in the top 4, Ludwigsburg versus Ventspils, and then Chalon against Neptunus as well. So for the Italian team, they're going to need to make a run very shortly indeed if they have any hopes of qualifying back to the qualifying into the playoffs. It has been a disappointing season, one full of change for the Italian teams. We've seen a host of teenagers in their roster so far this year. As we see those standings in Group B, we said Tenerife at the top, an identical record, 8-2 against Ludwigsburg. So they'll be hoping to get a victory here, put that pressure on the German team. And then for Capo d'Orlando, 3 games back from the 4th position right now. So a lot of work for them to be doing. And it has to start here tonight against one of the top teams in the competition. The problem for Capo d'Orlando is last time these 2 teams met, it was 88-47 in favour of Iberostar Tenerife. However, it is a much changed lineup for the Spanish team. The traditional starting backcourt of Rodrigo San Miguel and Nicolas Ricciotti are not on the roster. They have not travelled to Tenerife, so it may well fall to the veteran Davin White, who often comes off the bench, and then Javier Bedan as well to carry the load in the backcourt. For Capo d'Orlando, they will need to try and find some scoring power from somewhere. They will rely on the players such as Eric Mena, and then Jakub Wojciechowski and young Arnaldus Kulubuka, the 19-year-old Lithuanian. And a thin lineup for Capo d'Orlando, missing a couple of key players as well for them. They still have that front court, the 3-headed monster of Denis Ikolev, Jakub Wojciechowski, and then Mario Delas. But really, they need someone like Kulubuka, who's averaging 9 points per game, to have a big game tonight. And then off the bench, Mirza Ali Begovic usually comes in with some sort of scoring punch to help his team. So there is Davin White, the man I mentioned, may have to take more of a load here tonight. Usually is a scoring punch off the bench now, the 36-year-old. But without San Miguel and Ricciotti in the lineup, it may be him that has to carry a bit more of the creativity and minutes for his team and head coach Fotis Katsikaris. There he is, the Greek play caller. He was in charge of the Greek national team that tried to qualify for the 2016 Rio Olympics. Took part in the pre-qualifying event in Turin, but eventually they could not undo the Croatian team that won the tournament and moved forward. So it is a Tenerife team which comes in good form. They've won their last 2 in the Basketball Champions League, but won 8 of their last 9. And in fact, they've only been beaten by 1 team in the regular season so far. That is Ventspils, who've defeated Tenerife twice, both home and away, in the competition. And so apart from that, Tenerife have rolled over the rest of the teams, and they've done it really well. On the defensive end, they have the best field goal percentage against in the competition, 37.5%, and they are known for the way in which they play on the defensive end. The problem for Capo d'Orlando is they are bottom of the table for their field goal percentage. So a team which usually struggles to score is going to have a tough time of it here tonight against the team which is known for their prowess in that particular category. await the Capodolando team out onto the floor then. We said they've got a couple of reinforcements in. Vojislav Stojanovic, the 20-year-old Serbian, gave him a good boost last week. 12 points and 4 rebounds in his debut. But they really need Eric Mena to have a big game. And then, as we said, guys like Arnold Adoris Kubuka as well needs to step up for his team. There is Mario Erding, another teenager, the Slovak Republic international. And then Jakub Wojciechowski and Mario Delas making his way out onto the floor as we see Arnoldas Kubuka, the Lithuanian, invited into the Lithuanian national team camp for that November window. He didn't participate in the games. And there is Wojciechowski, who came off a strong campaign for his native country, that is Poland, in their attempts to qualify into the World Cup. So the players now out onto the floor. Coach Gennaro Di Carlo has done a good job with his team. Said they have been short-handed through a lot of the season. I've never seen a team with so many professionals that were teenagers in this competition for him. He's done a good job managing that. And as we see, our 3 officials, Mr. Rosso, Kardum and Miljevic, in charge of the game. Final stages of warm-up then for these two teams. We see the starting five for Tenerife: Vázquez, Panicka, Abramidis, Davin White and Kostas Vasilidis. So it is White that will get the nod. Vasilidis instead of Beiran, who we see there in the picture, but it's still an experienced lineup, even without guys like Mike Toby, who aren't here tonight. And headman Fotis Katsakadis. Now we'll go to the other side. Orlando have had a solid season, really, in the Italian First Division. We'll go with Ali Begovic, Erding, Kubuka, Delas and Wojciechowski. So 2 teenagers make up the starting 5 for Capodolando. And it's going to be really inside play of Jakub Wojciechowski that's going to be relied on. He averages 12 points per game for Coach Di Carlo. And he's the only man up in double figures. Excuse me, well, Stojanovic, who scored 12 points in his debut last week, also averages double figures after his 1 game. But apart from him, Wojciechowski, the only man to average double figures, is in the roster here tonight. So he will be relied on by his team, that is for sure. Tenerife coming to this one after a good victory in the ACB domestically. Defeated Baskonia. Mike Toby had 11 points, but he isn't here tonight. But then 3 players that are Abramitis led the team 17 points. Panicka, a strong game, 16 points. And then Vasilidis had 16 himself, the sharpshooter, 3 of 6 from beyond the 3-point line. Vasilidis, but he's been outdone by Tim Abramitis so far this season, who went 3 of 4 in the game on the weekend. So for Capodolando, he went down by 10 and have now dropped into 11th place in the Italian Serie A with a 5-10 record. So we're set to get underway then. The Iberostar Tenerife players out onto the floor in the black uniforms, the yellow trim. And Capodolando at home will be in their white. Game day 11 then, set to get underway. Group D. Tenerife trying to keep up in their top spot. In Group B, they lose the jump ball. First possession is into the hands of Capodolando. It's Mario Erding, faced off by Davin White. White all over him in the first possession. And now Erding trying to use that high screen as an offensive foul is going to be called. And that's going to go against Mario Delas. So not a good start for Capodolando because they will want to keep that front line. We talked about Delas, Wojciechowski, and then Nikolaev will come in as well on the court for as long as they can. And Tenerife, a team which can put points on the board, but known for that great defensive end so far in the Basketball Champions League. Here it is. Vázquez all the way, elevates high and throws it down. Great first possession for Tenerife. The confusion of Vázquez off the ball screen. He was supposed to run the handoff, but saw the space. And now Capodolando will slug it out here, try and get their first points on the board. Ali Begovic is a scorer. Slices in, can't get the finish. And look at Panicka off to the races. Polish international, family of basketball players. White on the reversal, wide open. Doesn't get it, but great work from Abramidis. Offensive foul against Panicka. He didn't like the call. So he comes from a family of basketball players. His brother, also a professional, plays in Poland at the moment as a member of the Polish under-20 national team. Played in the B Division Championships in Oradea in Romania this past summer. And he draws for the FIBA age group competitions coming out today. And, still Arnaudas Kulbuka is coming high, trying to collect the ball, has a chance to play for Lithuania in the under-20 championships, should he choose to do so. He can't hit on the first one, second attempt for him, but right on cue and show why he'll be such a problem if he does play for Lithuania in that competition. He'll tie the game here 2 apiece. Now White trying to find something, crosses over, kicks it out. Panicka along the baseline, finds Vasilidis wide open, can't hit the 3, and another offensive rebound. Vasilidis, same sort of spot, same result. In and out for him, 33-year-old. Can't get it to go, and then Capodolando get the easy one. Great recognition for Mario Erding. Saw the space and attacked it. So often they like to control the tempo, Capodolando, but he pushed it there and was rewarded for it. Abramidis into the hands of Vasilidis. We'll find Abramidis. Oh, good fake from White. Gets the teenager in the air and knocks it down. Davin White is one of those, the host of Tenerife players who are back in the lineup after their success in the Basketball Champions League last year. Remember, they are the current champions after their victory at home last year, as Panicka's going to pick up a cheap second foul here. And he will probably go swiftly to the bench. Mario Erding knocks down the jump shot. And a solid start for Capodolando. There is the substitution. Panicka is going to have to go out. Isn't a deep guard rotation for Tenerife. They have to use Mads Strup, the 20-year-old Danish player they have on the bench, or even Adan Amarech, the 21-year-old Spanish. Both of them will be getting their Champions League debut if they set foot on the floor today. First sub is this man, though, Javier Beran. Coming off the knee injury suffered last year, is there in attendance as they won that Champions League title in Tenerife. Wasn't able to play, though, after suffering an ACL injury. Now, Wojciechowski trying to find some room against Vázquez. Vázquez, some good hands, and then Abromaitis cleans it up. White the other way. No hurry. Don't slow it down. It's off these couple of screens. Throws it high. Vázquez finishes it. Second dunk of the game from Fan Vázquez. And an opportunity for Vázquez in the international windows now. He's one of the leaders for the Spanish national team. There he is. And the block as well. He's been relishing that increased role. There's the feet set from Abromaitis, and Abromaitis, the man that leads the Basketball Champions League in three-point percentage. 60% on the season. Incredible shooting from him, and will not miss an opportunity like that. Alibegovic responds to three of his own, ties the game at 9. But Orlando, a team which does struggle for points, has had a solid start here then. Bedan thought about the three, but gives it back to White. White has been working that pick and roll with Vázquez well, knocks down his triple. And White, strong start, 5 points for him. Not a switch and good communication from Tenerife. Can hear it even from this distance. As now Wojciechowski loses it. Bedan thought about pushing. Abromaitis, his threat from three, just got his man out of position, trying to get out to challenge. And he's able to use that threat to put it on the floor. Watch here, Wojciechowski just out of position, trying to make sure he had a hand up. And so he picks up the personal. First substitution on the inside for Tenerife. Young Mamadou Niang comes in for first action. Which is about 9 minutes per game. But this is what he can do in and around the basket. Abromaitis should have found him. Pass was deflected though, and a chance to run for Capital Orlando. But Jordan gives it straight back. Bassas is on the floor as well. He's the man with the ball for Tenerife. Vasilidis in and out. Missed his first three now. Delas to Kubuka. And now Alibegovic. Kubuka trying to find some room. Defense switching onto him. Abromaitis picks up the turnover and runs it home. Kubuka just lost it as he was handling the ball. Abromaitis finishes it off, and a 5-point lead opened up for Tenerife. Wojciechowski will get it back. He's been quiet. He'll have to skip it to Alibegovic. His three doesn't go. Three players from Tenerife fight over the rebound. And now Niang versus it. Abromaitis looking for Vasilidis. Bayram will take the three. But the rebound will fall to Erding. Alibegovic another three. Doesn't go. Long arms of Niang. Reach up high and tip it back to Tenerife. Bassas sees a little bit of room, goes all the way. Defense fell asleep for Capital Orlando, and they're going to call a timeout here. Tenerife just chipping away, have slowly, methodically built a lead here. It is 16-9. And Capital Orlando, after such a bright start, need to just regroup here in this first quarter of Champions League action.
And drive, fake and drive. A tutto campo quello lì. Le chiamate che mi fai sono motion, L, ok? L, te la ricordi? Ok. Next offense. We run L. Vas con él.
Tenerife leading in the rebounding battle 7-5. The main difference is 2-point shooting, as they are 83% from the field. Or from 2-point range, really has helped them. Now, Capital Orlando will go to their bench. And Giorgio Gallipo will come in at the point guard spot. I haven't seen Eric Maynard. There is Gallipo. I haven't seen Eric Maynard tonight so far. He's in uniform. He is now on the bench. If there's an injury we don't know about. Kulbuka squares up. Waits for Wojciechowski. 7 on the clock now for him. Wojciechowski into the hands of Vali Begovic. He's got to force the 3. Tough one that misses everything. And we said young players from Capital Orlando, but also there's a chance for Mads Studrup to get his first action in the Barca Champions League. That was him. On the far side, 20-year-old Danish player. There's Baydan off the screen. Skips it out. Extra pass. The Sass goes back to Roscoe Allen, though. Allen trying to find some room. Puts it on the floor. Kicks it out. They ran for 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Javi Baydan. A little fist pump from him, and it's a double-digit lead. Gallipo handles the ball. Finds Kulbuka. Ali Begovic far side. Loose pass looking for Delas. And another turnover for Capital Orlando. See some substitution, or a substitution. Dennis Ikalov will come in for Wojciechowski. The angle of the pass is what Coach DiCarlo's saying. Can't pass into the post from that position on the floor. Teaching to his younger players there. There's Bassas. It's the pressure. And there's the Baydan. Baydan skips high to Niang. And this is the layup. Begovic the other way. Begovic has it rejected, and it comes off his back. Giving it back to Tenerife. Niang still frustrated about the missed opportunity at the other end, but look at this, he makes up for it. Shot blocker. That's a good job. Allen to Baydan. And now Bassas, who's got a little bit of room. Fouled. Gallipo. Coach Katsakadis organising traffic over here. Bassas. Into Baydan. Now Allen. Get it back. Didn't recognise the shot clock though. Gallipo into the hands of Kulbuka. Kulbuka, a little bit of room. Has to kick it out to Ali Begovic. His jumper, made one early. It's gone missing for him now. 1 of 7 from the field. You see the difference in shooting there from the two teams. Baydan to Niang. Organises his feet and throws it down. Worrying start signs here for Capital Orlando. 11-0 run. The game was tied at 9 apiece at one stage. Now we have last 30 seconds of this first quarter. Delas against Niang. Niang plays some good defense. Here comes the double team. Delas tries to find somebody. Will they get it away in time? Ikalev does, but can't finish. Allen rebounds and pushes it. 5 seconds on the clock. They'll try and get the final score here. Bassas looking to kick it. Doesn't find its target. And so that is the end of the first 10 minutes here in Italy, in Capo d'Orlando. And Sicily, as the hometown team, trails by 11, 9-21 against the Iberostar Tenerife. There's the numbers. Incredible shooting from Tenerife, 75-38. Only saw one free throw in the entire game. For Capo d'Orlando, they've got to try and find points somehow, something they do struggle with, high quality shots. It's going to be a problem for them here today. Some of the action from that first 10 minutes then. There'll be a lot of Tenerife. This is the score for Kubuka. The only points of the game for him. And that was part of that good run at the start of the game. Capo d'Orlando as they tied the game at 9 apiece. Quick look down the numbers. There's a balanced scoring spread on either team. No one with more than 3 for Capo d'Orlando. Tim Abramitis leads the way as the game's leading scorer on 5. He's 2 of 3 from the field, joined by Devon White, who has 5 as well. But a balanced spread of minutes as well for Iberostar Tenerife. Comfortable advantage for them so far. Beidan throws it high. Niang can't put it down though. Good work from Sturup to get the offensive rebound. Kicks it back into the hands of Beidan. Beidan trying to find a bit of room. Goes one way then the other. Now Bassas for 3 is good. That is what Tenerife do. They space you out. Such threats on the floor. As we see Eric Mena into the game for the first time for Capo d'Orlando. Wondered if he had an injury. We didn't see him. He's out there with Erding, Kubuka, Delas, who has the ball here, and Iklev. Delas with a good move, gets his man in the air, but look at the recovery of Niang. A bit on the shot fake, Niang, but still had the ability to get back and block the shot. Now gets the dunk. Too easy for Tenerife. And Niang controlling the paint. Impressive performance from him. He averages less than 9 minutes per game. Coming in, Niang, 4 points, 3 rebounds, couple of blocks already here. Erding for 3 is good. It's the first basket for Capo d'Orlando since the game was tied at 9 apiece. Beidan loving this pick and roll with Niang. He's such a threat on the roll. Bassas gets his man in the air. Great extra passing. Allen comes up short on the open look. Mena into the hands of Erding. Erding between the legs. Delas can't finish though. And then the turnover taken away by Beidan. And he will lead the chase to the basket for an easy 2. 5 for Beidan. Throws it inside. Iklev. A strong drive. But again, that threat of Niang in and around the basket. Bassas one way, then the other. Here is Niang once more. Sets his feet. Fouled on his way up. Just needed to be a little quicker in his gather. Niang He's such a threat rolling to the ring. There you see the defense rushing over. We'll go to the line. Mena called for the first foul. Wojciechowski back in, see if he can add a bit of scoring punch on the inside for his team. DiCarlo looks frustrated. Amadou Niang has just completely blocked up the inside. Steadies himself at the line. First one doesn't go. He did have a scoring punch or a part to play in that Final Four victory for Tenerife last year. Came on the floor, got 2 blocks, got a dunk at a crucial time. And I think it was in the semi-final to help his team. Can't hit the free throws there though. Mena skips it. Erding for 3. Comes up short. Allen going the other way. Versatility of these forwards. Allen, Abramitis. For Tenerife, very impressive to see. As Bassas hits Beidan. Look at that backdoor cut. Just wandered along the baseline, Beidan. He really is the king of movement off the ball. Such a smart player. 7 points now for him. There's Kubuka. Trying to find Wojciechowski, has it tipped out of bounds. The run now 21-3 in favour of Tenerife since that game that was since we were tied at 9 apiece. Vazquez is going to come back in, as is Davin White. What a luxury to have guys like White. Vazquez to come back into the game. Nice. Ikelev for 3, too strong. Great work, Wojciechowski. And then he'll find Ikelev for an easy 2. Good work from the inside duo there. Wojciechowski on the offensive rebound, a good pass. White. Nice Beidan. Back to White. Vazquez. Oh, good feed to the inside and the score. They bench up on their feet as it is Sturrup that gets his first 2 in the Basketball Champions League. Wojciechowski, quick response for 3, doesn't go. And yeah, it was great to see the bench all up in the air. An extra pass goes to Sturrup, who gets his first 2. It's been a solid debut for him so far. Kubuka's out. Ali Begovic back in. Ali Begovic has a scoring threat, but just 1 of 7 he is in the game so far. Allen. Now Beidan waiting for Vazquez to roll. Oh, throws it up high. Vazquez can't finish. Up with Orlando, chance. Cut into this lead then. Ali Begovic draws double team. Now into the hands of Ikelev. Ikelev spins. Like he took an extra step. Can't get the finish, and Vazquez, as he so often does, tips it away. And the ball is on the ring. Saves a certain 2. Beidan. Back off the screen from Vazquez. Throws it up. Vazquez collects it in and puts it home. Well, the pick and roll play of Tenerife has been exquisite so far. Both Niang and Vazquez have scored around the basket off great feeds and unselfish play from the Tenerife guards. Capo Orlando going to call a timeout. The second of this first half already. Still got 5 minutes to go. Let's listen in.
Okay, red. Next offense. Hello, Dennis. You stay here. Cuba, you stay here. Maria Tormir Zahia. Bring Dennis to go inside.
There is the catch and finish from Fran Vázquez. There's many recipients of that pick and roll play like we talked about. Vázquez coming off, like we said, the November window where he was in the Spanish national team. So often he's overshadowed by the Casal brothers. A very impressive performance from Spain. 2 wins in their first 2 games, beating European champions Slovenia and Montenegro. And Vázquez was a vital part of that. Second on the team in efficiency, 13 points, 4.5 assists for him over those 2 games. He'll remain out there on the floor. Orlando come out of the timeout. High pick and roll. Ali Begovic skips it over to Mena. But the switching defense works well. Allen got out to the shot. Stood up. Called on the wrong side. Good fight from him though. It's the personal foul. Just the first against Tenerife. Sikelev, wide open shot. Not sure what happened to the rotation there, but failed to hit. Said that too many times about this Capo d'Orlando team so far. 18% they are from beyond the 3-point line. It's 2 of 11. Foul will go against Allen. Hungarian international. That's the foul. Goes to Ali Begovic. Mena. Find some room, just crowded out. Look at the pass ahead. Vasilidis back into the game, gets the easy 2. Runs ahead. This Vasilidis, and a good pass. Finds him open. And now another one. Vasilidis this time the provider to Allen. And he finishes it off. Now, back-to-back plays first of all. Allen threw ahead to Vasilidis, and then the same pair, just the other way around. As the lead has been opened up for Tenerife here, 38-14. Open look for 3. Sikelev, finally, they get one to go. And 3rd triple of the game for Capo d'Orlando. White will pull up here, rolls it around, but it comes out. And now another steal. Vasilidis once more in transition. Easy finish. Sikelev has the step along the baseline of Vázquez. Vázquez still appealing to his team. They're up 23 points, but he doesn't care. He's not about to let up here. Sacrifices the personal. 13 foul against Tenerife. Sikelev goes out. And back into the game comes Galipo. Another steal. This time, Davin White. He won't be caught. And how many times is that? 3 in a row? 4 in a row. Steals and easy points for Tenerife. Ali Begovic tosses it up, looking for the foul. He's not going to get it. Now Kulbuka, far side, pulls up and finishes. Much needed score. Kulbuka on the pull-up. White. For Vasilidis, and now Vázquez slips to the ring, unsportsmanlike foul. Just great execution It was the re-screen play to try and get the 3 for Vasilidis. There you see, but Vatkas smartly recognises and slips to the ring. Great play from him. So Vatkas will be at the line. Here he is for the first, can't get it. You have possession still, Tenerife. It's been a very impressive performance from them through this first 17.5 minutes. Vázquez goes 0 of 2. After the unsportsmanlike foul, then 2-3 zone look from Capital Orlando. See if this can change the game at all. Shot misses. Maybe the other way to Kulbuka for 3. He's fouled. And we'll go to the line. Vázquez is trying to get out to the corner. I don't think he liked the call. Another Kulbuka, he said, is a Lithuanian international. He played for the Under-19 World Championship team. Led the team 13.7 points per game. He was called up in November for the Lithuanian squad, although he didn't participate in the team that played. That's a number of players from Group C. So Kulbuka was in the Lithuania squad, and it was Lithuania which went 2-0. Jakub Wojciechowski was in the Polish team, also in Group C. And then Roscoe Allen from Tenerife was playing for Hungary, also in Group C. So Wojciechowski got the win over Allen and his Hungarian team. Long pass, too easy. Great feed, right on the money, but one of the easiest baskets of the night. Panicka has just come back into the game after those early fouls. That's the score, and now Vasilidis, who didn't like the call, commits the foul, and Kulbuka will go back to the line for the second time, shooting 3 shots. The 33-year-old is probably asking what he can do to get the same calls at the other end of the floor. Kulbuka 4 of 4 now from the line. Chance to take him into double figures if he can make this one. And the first man for Capital Orlando. It's only really him. And Mario Erding, who has 5. Oh, Eklev has 5 as well. Those 3 got 20 of the 25 between them. And that is why they're struggling. Lapo reaching in with some good defense. Just manages to tip it out of bounds. 15 seconds. Still remains on the clock. White. Gets it. Over to Vasilidis now, Abramidis along the baseline. Great ball movement from Tenerife. Look at the open look. And Vasilidis knocks it down. Well, he missed a few early in the game, but he's not going to miss too many of those. 1 of 4 now, 7 points from him, but just great ball movement from Tenerife. Just the sharpness of the passing. It's good for their 22-point lead here. Tips it out. 108 remains in this first half. Kulbuka, only 8 seconds on the shot clock for his team. Goes to Galippo. He might have to create something here. Pulls up over Niang. Comes up short. Look at the numbers for Tenerife down the floor. Davin White just lost the handle on it. Pulls up for 3. Doesn't go. Niang had inside position and he's going to be fouled. Yeah. Good position on the roll. Niang was smart the way he held his ground. Delas tried to just lever him underneath the basket. He's whistled for the foul. Vassiliadis to the corner. Benitka back. Now they throw it up. Niang wide open on the inside. Can he finish? Oh, leaves a little jump hook short. Full book up, steadies it. 30 seconds remain. First half action here. Comes off the screen as it tipped away. Davin White has got numbers, but decides to pull it out. He's in no hurry. Shot clock is off. So they will hold for the final possession of this first half here, Tenerife. It has been an exquisite defensive performance from them. Can they cap it with one final score? Niang rolling, catches it. No foul as it's tipped out. 5 seconds remaining. Tenerife to bring it in. Find Vassiliadis, catch and shoot, knocks it down. Oh, second 3 for him, Vassiliadis. And that is the end of the first half. What a first half performance here from Tenerife. They have a 25-point lead at the interval. On the road, Capo de Orlando struggling 25. Iberostar Tenerife 50. The 41-point margin between these two teams. The first time they met was the largest win of the season for Tenerife, the largest defeat of the year for Capo de Orlando. But right now, they're halfway to an even larger margin of victory. The way they played in this first half, Tenerife. A very impressive performance for them, both offensively and defensively, as they've turned steals into points. 13 turnovers, you see, from Capo de Orlando. Just 4 steals credited to Tenerife, but they got out in transition. Vassiliadis, somehow the game's leading scorer with 10 points after those late 2 threes. He started 0 of 3. He's gone 4 of 4 in the second quarter, though. And it has been a very impressive team performance. 11 players have scored already from Iberostar Tenerife. Every person who set foot on the floor has contributed in points. On the other side of the 25 points for Capo de Orlando, 20 of them have been scored by 3 players. Kulbuka 10, Erding 10, and then Ikelev 10 as well. A lot of work to be done at the break for Capo de Orlando then. Tenerife at the top of Group B. Look like they're good for the victory here. Welcome back to Sicily then. It is half-time here. The Group B game between Tenerife and the hometown Capo d'Orlando. And the first time these two teams met, it was 88-47. A blowout in favour of Tenerife. And at the half here, it looks like this one's going the same way. 50-25 in favour of Tenerife, who at one stage they were tied at 9 apiece. From that moment on, they just have rolled over Capo d'Orlando. Tenerife doing everything right, both offensively and defensively. They've held Capo d'Orlando to 32% field goal shooting, which is below the 37% they are allowing through this season against all teams. And then they themselves have shot 76% for two-point range, 42% for three. I mean, the biggest negative you can point at Tenerife right now is the fact that they are 0 of 4 from the line. They've not yet hit a foul shot. They lead the rebounding 18-14. They lead assists 14-7. And they forced 13 turnovers by Capo d'Orlando. So Tenerife, who had 11 players play in that first half, 11 players scored, really used some great team basketball to build up this sizable lead. And you've got to say, it didn't really look like they were letting up at all. Capo d'Orlando need to try and find some sort of scoring. And for me, they've got to look to Jakub Wojciechowski, man there to the right of your picture, and the tattoos on his arm. He scored just 2 points in the first half, 2 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He did pick up 2 fouls, which may have limited his impact, but without him, they are struggling. They have 3 players have combined for 20 of their 25 points. Arnaldas Kulbuka, the Lithuanian teenager, has 10 points. Mario Erding, the Slovak Republic teenager, has 5. And then Denis Ikelev off the bench has 5 points as well. And really, Delas and Wojciechowski, the starting front court, combined just 2 points, 1 of 3 shooting. And a lot of that was down to that man there, Mamadou Niang, who came off the bench, just anchored down the middle, and really was a defensive presence in the paint to slow down the offense of Capo d'Orlando. Niang credited with 2 blocks, and he changed a lot of others as he has 4 points and 3 rebounds as well. So players are out there on the floor. It's Alibegovic, Erding, Kulbuka, Delas and Wojciechowski for Capo d'Orlando. And then for Tenerife, Niang, Basas, Panitka, Abramitis and Vasilidis. Just a delay while we sort the clock. And now we are underway in the second half. First possession is Mario Erding. He started the game brightly. He had 4 points in that 9-9 start. Since then, he's been quiet, 5 in total. Kulbuka finds Delas. And his short jump shot is good. So Mario Delas gets on the board. First points for him. Basas gets the nod to start in the second half, and some changes for Tenerife. Abramitis. This is a good clean look. Hasn't happened that often for him this season. Delas takes the jumper, and back-to-back scores for Mario Delas. Well, he was one of the couple of players I asked for to come to the game, really. Anonymous in that first half, showing his quality now. Abramitis doesn't miss 2 in a row, 60% on the season, and that is why. He knocks it down. 8 for him on the game, 2 threes. Alibegovic skips it to Kulbuka. There's a man can knock him down from that range as well, but that time Panitka, too much. You see, just tried to get the arms through on the ball screen. Called for the foul. He picked up 2 early ones, went to the bench, and he came back. His team already had a sizable lead, so he's looking to get some good quality minutes here. relish that challenge of going against Kulbuka as well. Try and slow down the youngster. And Begovic picks it up. Loose pass goes to Erding, and now Delas didn't quite get it away in time. You see the threat of Niang in and around the basket. Challenge that one. Basas. First to Panicka, who's fouled. Fouls against Ali Begovic, not Filippo. That's his first, though. And now Delash picks up his third. So that's why he's going out. Then Sikelev comes in. Sikelev could be one of the best players for Capo Orlando in that first half. 5 points for him off the bench. Niang rolling to the ring. Vasilidis sets the feet. And that's just great team basketball. Quick pass out to Abromaitis. And he's got Niang rolling to the basket. Defense rotates. So he isn't going to get the easy dunk. And Vasilidis just ready on that far side. Abromaitis, a pinpoint pass. Makes it easy. Niang again challenging the shot. Wojciechowski can't hit it at the second attempt. And here comes Tenerife in transition, urged on by coach Katsakadis. Abromaitis knocks it down. Well, every time it comes out of his hands, it looks like it's going in, doesn't it, Tim Abromaitis? 10 points for him now, 4 of 6 for 3. Erding looking for Wojciechowski. And now Ali Begovic trying to find some room. He's up way short on the dribble. And foul in transition. Panicka slid into the post, and we're going to have an early timeout here. Capo Orlando making no headway at all. Iberostar Tenerife have a 8-4 start to this third quarter, and they've pushed the lead out even more. It is 58-29. Look at that, the steals and assists, the difference in those two numbers. 11 steals on the game for Iberostar Tenerife. You know, so many of them have been turned into easy points as well in transition. And the assists just show you how well they've passed the ball. Some sullen-looking faces in those fans here. Not a lot to smile about if you're a Capo Orlando fan. Will there be any response out of their timeout? Possession for Tenerife. Foul is called. Begovic. There's the man who's whistled for the foul. So now Basas goes high. Vasilidis. Abromaitis with a step along the baseline. And he kicks it out. Vasilidis just left that one short. Begovic looking, trying to find an option. Wojciechowski stepping out. Can't hit it though. Tenerife still pushing the tempo. Panicka glides in for the reverse. They're not slowing down, are they, Tenerife? Capodorlando trying to limit the tempo, take away the momentum, but so hard to do against Tenerife. Bodies ready to come in. Another steal. Look at this, 3-on-1. Basas throws it up. Foul against Erding. Oh, poor pass from Basas. He gives a little smile to Abramidis, who was the man who took the hit. Tim Abramidis will go to the line. Kamena comes in. So Abramidis, 10 points on the game. It's at 11. He's good for the second. Abramidis comes from a basketball family. Father played at the University of Connecticut and then came over to Europe. He's a well-known professional. Played for Real Madrid, played for Varese here in Italy as well. Tim then has matched his father's career, playing professionally now in France, Germany and Spain after a fine career at the University of Notre Dame. Tchaikovsky was going to get the drop. Niang there tips it away. That's what you get from watching Ferran Vázquez every day in practice. Niang learning the tricks, and here he is, elevating high, takes it in, but can't finish. Niang hasn't been able to get those points around the basket really in the way he should. He's had a couple of really good opportunities. He went 0 of 2 from the line, Niang, and that's his growth as a player as well. And defensively, great awareness, the length, the timing on the block shots, very impressive indeed. Still got more work to do, the youngster. And we'll go to the bench. Vázquez comes back in. Gavin White in as well. Bayan had been in. All the changes as Allen's out there as well. Booker trying to find some room, pulls up, tough shot, rattles it home. This has been one of the better games for Arnaldo Booker that I've seen in the Password Champions League. He's got 12 on the game. He averages 8.9 on the season. Pinnick now against Booker, loses him. Gives it to Allen, who tries a tough pass. Looking for Baydan. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Turnover as they looked for Vázquez. Thought about running, trying to find some room. Goes to Ikelev on the pick and pop. Ikelev, good strong drive. Draws the contact and finishes it. Ikelev has had another strong game. The numbers, 5 points per game, Ikelev. Every time I've seen him playing for Capodorlando, he's had a strong performance. The bonus. And Tenerife, perhaps the only statistical category, is still not performing that well in. We've got 2 of 2 in this half though. Vázquez kicks it to Baydan. 3 on the clock for him. He's got to get it away. He recognises and he's fouled. That's the lack of experience on this Capodorlando team then. Great defensive sequence from them. 2 seconds on the clock. Mario Erding had forced the tough shot. He'd done his job. If Javi Baydan makes that shot, then you just got to give credit to the offense. Now you fouled him, and you've made it, rather than a tough contested jump shot, 2 free throws. Well, we know Baydan is a good shooter. 6'7", small forward. 30 years of age now, Javier Berdan. Knocks it down, so he goes 2 of 2. Pushes the lead out. A little more. Oh, good play. Sikelev finishes it. He moves to 9. Allen runs into the screen. Gavin White trying to find some room. Shot put down to 10. He's fouled. Team fouls against Capo Orlando. 2 shots for Gavin White. 7 points on the game for him. First is good. Gavin White, 36 years of age. You know the energy he plays with. Knocks down the second as well. Such a pest defensively. He's so quick off the dribble. There he is. Effort to get over the screen. Erding trying to find some room, and Vasquez commits the foul. A lot more whistles in this third quarter than we've seen in either of the previous 2. Foul against Tenerife. Vasquez goes out after committing his third. More fouls. Will be free throws for either team now then for this final 3:55. Kubaka goes for the screen. Finds Wojciechowski, who is fouled, rolling to the basket. The line then, Wojciechowski. 10.7 rebounds per game. And he led his team in efficiency for Poland in that November international break. The World Cup qualifiers. Team went 1 win and 1 loss. Conversation whether that's a 1 or a 2. The last touch was by Niang. Still getting the confirmation. So it will go down as a 2-point shot, I believe. Off the hand of Niang rather than the 1-point free throw. White can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. It falls nicely to Berdan. He tries to thread the needle, and then Roscoe Allen will get the ball and the score. Just summed up the game really for Capo Orlando, hasn't it? Look, ball bounces around, just goes straight into the hands of Roscoe Allen, who scores and is fouled by Mario Erding, who just can't get out of the way. So the last possession, the free throw, even though it went in, because it was touched by Niang as he attempted to tip it off the basket, it means it's a 2-point shot because he touched it and it went in, rather than the 1 free throw. Allen misses and Niang was in too early. .38 plays 68 here. So we're approaching 3 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Mena into the lane, hangs in the air, another whistle. A lot of fouls in this third quarter. Both teams in the bonus. Mena will be at the line, looking for his first point of the night. Have to wait a little bit longer. This is the first. Sees himself, and second also bounces clear. Baydan on the penetration. Oh, good, strong drive from him. Gets into the lane, finishes it. Baydan, 11 points on the evening. One of his better performances in the Champions League this year. Ties his season highs. He's got 11 points twice before. One of those was the first game against Capodorlando, the other against Ludwigsburg. Sikelev finds some room, fires the three, gets it to go. Sikelev has been the one bright spark in my mind so far for Capodorlando. So there, 12 points personal now for him. There's Baydan, and he's whistled to go out of bounds. Tenerife just been slowed down here in this third quarter. Haven't been able to get the transition, the freedom of the offense they had in the first half. Kubuka just getting a little bit of instruction from Coach DiCarlo. Mario Erding then brings it down. Assas. Martin. Goes along the baseline. That's Ali Begovic. And now Ikelev starting to feel it. Gets it to drop. 14 now for Denis Ikelev. Baydan coming off the screen. Into the hands of Allen. Allen puts it on the floor. It's going to be whistled for the travel. And had those three. Decided not to take it. Chance once more for Capodorlando. Pressure up the floor. Erding eventually finds some room. It's a 2-point game here in the third quarter. 20-18, and that's small victories for Capodorlando then. If they can win this third quarter, some positive steps for them. 1:25 left as they bring it in. This is the hot man, Ikelev. Should try and look to feed him even more. Mena has Ikelev. Here he goes along the baseline. He is fouled by Niang. And he'll go to the line. Ikelev, Ukrainian, will be at the line then. 6 of 10 from the field. Out. You can see his frustration. Trying to give their encouragement. Round of applause for him. Second is good. Good pressure perhaps for Capodorlando. Here it comes. See if they can slow this tempo. Make it a half-court game, which has helped them. Assas in no hurry. Goes for Skurup. And now back into the hands of Allen. Assas. Trying to find some room. Goes to Allen, who'll kick it back. Wide open three. Assas knocks it down. So Assas makes it. Here comes Capodorlando the other way, though. Foul is going to be called. Ali Begovic will be at the line. No discussion about whether it's a goaltend as well. I don't think it was. Assas just not quite there in time. And Begovic at the line. See if this can get him going. He's on a rough night. 1 of 9. Just 3 points from the field. sure what the problem is. Come back to the second shot. Iberostar can't make. And then again, Tenerife just throw ahead. And the easy layup. It is Sturrup once more with the easy score. Mena has a look. Basas close him out. Does a good job challenging, but Alibegovic collects in the offensive rebound. Isolates himself against Beidan. Loses it though as Niang picks it up. Tenerife will surely hold for this final shot of the third quarter. And established a 30-point lead now. There's Beidan. Calls for Niang. 10 on the game clock. They skip it. Allen for three. Too strong. Rebound taken in though. Sturrup tries to get it up and will be fouled and go to the line for two. Well, the crowd don't like the foul. Mario Erding frustrated, but my question is, how did Sturrup get on the inside like that? Who was responsible for the box out? That's Sturrup. He was on the three-point line, cut to the basket from the weekend side of the floor and was not boxed out well. The foul goes against Mario Delas as well. That is his fourth, which is another turn, unfortunate turn for Capo Orlando. Sturrup makes the first. And now steadies himself to knock down the second. 1.3 seconds left on final heave. Then throws it up, but can't hit. And so we will enter the final 10 minutes of action here in Sicily. After a solid third quarter, Capo Orlando still trail 45 to 77.
Non fai taglia fuori qua, devi stare concentrato.
Look at the numbers, just 22% from three for Capo Orlando. Still, the exceptional shooting continues from Tenerife, but they were pegged back a little. I mean, it felt like they still scored 27 points in that third quarter. The biggest difference, perhaps, was that they gave up 20. Of course, Capo Orlando only had 25 in the first half. So that was the main difference from Tenerife. They didn't get the stops in the defensive end. That is why the lead just didn't carry on building the way it had. Denis Sikelev gave a scoring punch for his team. He leads the way, 14 points, got 2 rebounds as well. Wojciechowski leads the team with 5 rebounds. And on the other side for Iberostar Tenerife, just a host of players really. 8 points, 6 assists, and 0 turnovers for Basas. 4 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks for Niang. 12 points, 5 rebounds for Abramitis. 11 points, 4 assists for Javi Beidan. 13 points on 3 of 7 3-point shooting from Kostas Vasilidis. So just a host of guys really have put in impressive performances for Tenerife. Now they just got to make sure they maintain their level of concentration really, especially in these first few minutes. They will not want Capo Orlando to get any sort of run here in the first 3 minutes. They'll really see the game off in terms of a contest. If Tenerife just switch off, you never know what can happen with momentum. So they will come out for the fourth quarter. Getting ready to get underway. It is Niang, Basas, Sturrup, Allen and Beidan out there on the floor. And then for Capo Orlando, Galippo, Alibegovic, Kubuka, Delash and Ikelev. Niang collects it. Manages to get the dunk, but he was fouled. A long time before that. Delash will foul out. Goes to the side. Tough night for Mario Delash. He goes out, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Limited to just 19 minutes. Foul's called before shooting. It is sideline possession for Tenerife. delay. I'm not sure why. Fans here in Sicily still making volume. Still enjoying their night despite the score. Still not sure what the confusion is. Everyone seems to be happy though. And get back to action. Allen looking for Baydan. And now back to Allen. Into the hands of Baydan. Just 2 on the clock for him. Does he get it away? He does. Fails to hit the ring though, so possession will continue. Rebound was taken in by Capodolando. Tenerife. Refocus though, get back into position. There's now Galippo. Finds Wojciechowski, quick pass to Kulbuka. His 3 doesn't go though. Coach Katsikalis telling his team to push. And do that, and Galippo gets called for the foul. Trying to reach in and get the steal. And will go out. So this comes back in. Stood up, trying to find some room. Well guarded by Ali Begovic. He still steps through, goes with the left hand. Impressive finish. Well, it's been a great debut, hasn't it, for Mads Sturrup? 6 points now. Sorry, 8 points for him. 3 of 3 from the field. Perfect in his 15 minutes. Taking his opportunity without on that backcourt of San Miguel and Urshoti here. Ali Begovic trying to find some room. Goes to Ikalev, who turns and fires. These were the shots that were dropping for him in the third quarter. That one rolls out. And now, Bassas to Sturrup. Back into the hands of Vasilidis. And milk this middle third ball screen. Allen puts it on the floor, drives in hard, gets the score. And we're going to have a timeout here called by Capodolando. Carlo does not want them to stop playing. And he's going to talk it over.
Go inside our room. Move inside there. Go deep. Tienes que estar más profundo hacia, ¿sabes? Sí, sí, sí. Para que tú le hagas el estar. Y otra vez, lo mismo, hay que leer un poco su defensa, ¿vale? Ok, vamos, Costa. Vamos.
Galippo brings it down. Trying to go to Wojciechowski, still being quiet, and now Ikalev. Sending a couple of fakes. Great defense from Allen, and Allen's running the floor. Couldn't find him as he beat everyone down. And instead, settle here, Tenerife. On that re-screen play for Vasilidis. He drops it out of bounds, though. The applause of Coach DiCarlo goes back to Capo Orlando. It is Kubuka inside. Wojciechowski trying to kick it out. Quick hands though from Roscoe Allen. Sees it goes out. 13 on the clock. Begovic skips it to Wojciechowski for 3. Doesn't fall. Just haven't shot it well tonight. Capo Orlando. And you see 4 of 20 as a team. Stood up. Can't get it to go. First miss on the night for him. Allen working hard on the glass. Will go to the line. Good work from Allen. Keeps it alive, draws the contact. Fast foul on Denis Ikelev. Allen. Born in Hungary, lived there till he was 12 years old. Roscoe Allen moved to the United States. He developed his basketball skills. First at high school, then he went on to Stanford, and he had a good college career. Second year pro now, after coming out of university. Participates for the Hungarian national team. Previously played for the under-20s as well. Zali Begovic trying to find some room. Hounding defense. And the jump shot is good for Gilippo. So the crowd on their feet. They like that one. The youngster knocking it down. First points for him. First points of his Champions League career. Now he's got to play some defense on Bassas. Vazquez. And uses size here. Spins and shoots over the top of the smaller Ikelev, but can't finish. Kubuka into the hands of Ikelev again. And Galipo has to pull it out. Get organised with his team. Comes off the second screen. Finds Wojciechowski with a nice touch pass. They go out to Kubuka. Knocks down the 3. Bit of string music for Kubuka, who's got 15 on the game now. Good team play from Capo Orlando. Oh, Vazquez, the easy finish. Great play from Allen to find him. Easy dunk. Turnover. Picked up by Vazquez. Chance to run. Vasilidis sets the feet. Knocks it down. Quick response from him. Continues to be the leading scorer for Tenerife. 16 now on hit for him. 4th 3 of the night. More impressive. Don't forget he missed his first 3. So it's 4 of his last 5 now. Galipo's jump shot doesn't go. Vazquez skying high for the rebound. Sass finds Vazquez, the extra pass. Allen for 3. And they just don't miss shots like that, do they, Tenerife? So many options, so many weapons from beyond that 3-point line. If it's not Allen, it's Abramitis. If it's not Abramitis, then it's Vasilidis. The tough pull up doesn't go. Another rebound for Vazquez, just padding his stats. 6th rebound of the night. Sass picks it up. Shot clock to 10. He goes in all the way. Can't get it, but it's tipped home by Allen. 2 Capo Orlando players crash into each other. Fall to the floor, just leaves Allen open for the easy finish. He'll go out here. And the substitutions come in. First action will be Adnan Omarec. In his first basketball Champions League action for Tenerife now. 12th man onto the floor for the Spanish team. Javi Beidan back as well. Kick out to Kulbuka. His little floater doesn't go. Vázquez goes forward. Now into the hands of Davin White. Clock hits 4 minutes remaining. White finds some room. Baydan again on that little back cut. There's a turnover against Tenerife. Second time they've gone out of bounds in that same spot. Technical foul. And Coach DiCarlo, sure what he could be complaining about. His team's got the ball. So it'll be a free throw and possession for Tenerife. The line, it will be Ulrich trying to get his first point of the night. He does. And he becomes the second player from Tenerife to get his first points of his Basketball Champions League campaign. So a nice touch for his teammates to let him shoot the free throw. Now, Mena comes back in and places Galippo. White. So hands of Baydan. Now White again. Glides past his man, just too easy. White refused the screen. Drives in. Sells a little fake. That's the easy score. Erding now, trying to find some room. Gets along the baseline. Ali Begovic is fouled. And he's going to get the basket. Friendly call from the official, perhaps. There's Ali Begovic, the continuation. So Ali Begovic will be at the line. 6 points, just 2 of 11 from the field from him. Comes up way short on the jumper as well. That's 1 of 3. White left open. Can't hit it. Erding comes the other way. Turns it over. Vázquez handles it, throws ahead. And an easy score in transition. First field goal for Adnan Omaric. Two more needed for the 100 for Tenerife then. As Ali Begovic kicks it out. Good fake from Kulbuka. Goes to Erding. There's 3. Can't go. He's beat to the rebound by Baydan. Sturrup comes off the screen. Draws a lot of attention. Baydan has 2 guys to pick from. No hurry though, Tenerife. 10 seconds still on the clock. Oh, the backdoor cut. Vázquez for the lob. Brings up the 100. Great play from Vázquez, but a beautiful pass from Sturrup as well. Just let Vázquez step towards him. Made the space. Coach DiCarlo, not a happy man. 48-point deficit right now. There we see Vázquez just cuts back door. No pressure on the ball. Easy pass for Sturrup, but good awareness from him, from the 20-year-old. Erding. Goes to Kulbuka. Kulbuka. There's a good feed to the inside, and Wojciechowski gets the score. It's been a rare basket for Wojciechowski, though. 7 points for him. Drive, and Wojciechowski wipes it away. Kulbuka will look to push. 4 on 4. Kulbuka gets it to the left hand, and with the finish. Nice play from him. Good work from Wojciechowski. Rotates down, gets the block. And was finished off by Booker. He's had a strong game tonight. 17 points. 5 of 9 from the field. 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And aided by getting to that free throw line as well. Doesn't hit that one. First miss from the line from him. Kick out. And a strong drive. Niang there for the rebound. Will decide to kick it out. Stirrup for 3. Doesn't go. Good box out from Capital Orlando. They will push with Ali Begovic. Ali Begovic is fouled and will go to the line. 1:01 remaining in the game. Play from Ali Begovic. The substitutions we'll see. Maynor out. Galippo in. This last 1:01. And then also Carlo Stella. We'll see his first action as well. Francesco Carlo Stella. One of these youngsters will wear the number 20 for Capital Orlando. Ali Begovic makes the free throw. Now Baydan handles the ball. Finds White. White answers with it, loses it though. Too quick for his own good. Shot clock to 10. Clears out Niang. Trying to attack here now. White pulls up for 3 and knocks it down. Davon White, 14 points on the game for him. 6 assists as well. Solid night of action. Galippo to Ali Begovic. Galippo has it again. Finds Kulbuka. Kulbuka off the dribble. Impressive pull up there. Moves to 19. And final possession perhaps for Tenerife. Baydan sells the pass to Niang. Niang tries to find some room, eventually does, and finishes it. A lot of turns on the inside for Niang. Took him a while, but he got there, and importantly, he finished. Said he's got to learn to do that a bit better. That's exactly what he did. So he makes the score, and we'll go to the line. There he's 0 of 2. Chance to put a really impressive finish to a good game. 6 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks for him. And he makes it. Last 5 seconds then. Galippo will walk it over and shake hands. A very impressive performance from Tenerife. They showed all their class of a team that is at the top of Group B here. A 106-59 victory for Iberostar Tenerife against Capo Orlando. Well, it is not a good team for Capo Orlando Tenerife. You've got to say, an impressive performance from the Spanish Giants, the reigning champions. Every bit champions once again on this performance. Done a bit of everything right. All 12 players saw the floor. All 12 players scored. They played some impressive defense, holding a team way below their average, and then offensively they just flowed at times. This, of course, despite the fact that they missed regular starters San Miguel, Ricciotti and Mike Toby from their roster here today. And a good victory for Tenerife for them to move forward in Group B. And they will put the pressure on with the victory. Still, they are tied with MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg, who got the win today as well. So we see the numbers, the domination, the assists, steals and rebounds all hugely favour Tenerife. Just 9 turnovers on the game for them in comparison to 19 for Capo Orlando. Tells a lot of the story there The leader's Kulbuka, and is one of his best games in the Basketball Champions League with 19 points. Denis Ikelev as well was a strong performer for Capo d'Orlando. But for Tenerife, just too many guys to really talk about. Strong performances all over the floor. 6 players in double figures. There are the top 3 for Tenerife. Vasilidis, 16. White, 14. Vafquez has 12. But also Abramitis had 12. And then Bedan and Allen had 11 apiece as well. Bassas, you can't go without mentioning him. 8 points and 8 assists as well. So there we see the league standings in Group B. Ludwigsburg also picked up the victory, so they will tie Iberostar Tenerife on 9-2 records. It's Neptunus facing off against Gaziantep tomorrow night. There's a little shuffling of the pack. Chalon moving up, Ventspils moving down after the results of today's game. But we would expect to see once more a victory in Group B for Neptunus to move them up and just be 2 games behind both Ludwigsburg and Tenerife. So from Sicily, I will say goodnight. It's been a pleasure to be with you in Group B of the Basketball Champions League. I will leave you with some highlights of our game. A convincing victory for Tenerife, a superb performance from them. Saw them rack up the 106-59 win.